Another summer come and gone. Not that I'd miss it anyways, and at least Halloween is right around the corner. But I really wanted to go to a theme park. What on earth am I supposed to do now? Sluggo! What brings you here, Mr. Sluggo? The usual, I see. Well, I'm kinda down in the dumps that I didn't get to do anything this summer. Oh, now, Mr. Sluggo, you know that's illegal. I mean, I didn't get to any theme parks. You got me there. You make a pretty good argument. What do you have in mind, Mr. Sluggo? Oh, wow, Sim Coaster! What a throwback! I suppose this will do. I haven't played this in a couple of years, so it'll be fun to go back and revisit this. And RollerCoaster Tycoon? My copy? Oh, Mr. Sluggo, you shouldn't have. I'm gonna end this stupid as shit bit right now and start playing these. Okay, so for some reason Sim Coaster doesn't want to work, which makes the opening bit even more useless than what it already was. Either way, at least we got RollerCoaster Tycoon, a childhood favorite of mine. Just playing this today still gives me that nostalgic feeling. Everything about that game I love. It may not look like much, and even the gameplay can be a little bit of a snore fest. I still find it to be pretty enjoyable that I can make my own theme park. Or if you're a sadistic bastard, it's a death trap that you have to pay $30 for. Now before we get to the review itself, I do know that this is the Loopy Landscapes expansion pack. The original game I do own, but I have no idea where it is, but this pretty much has the original game in it, or at least the original parks from the first game. So with that being said, please keep your hands and legs in the cart at all times, and let's get this review started. So once you got the menu all set up and ready to go, you are given a couple of options to start a new game or to start a load game. If you're thinking about creating a park of your own, you have many options to choose from, as you can see here. I personally always like to start with Forest Frontiers. It's nice for beginners, and it's pretty easy. You just gotta get rid of all these damn pines.
The scent of pine.
Usually whenever you start up a park, you are given an objective. Each park has a different objective. Since Forest Frontiers is like a beginner's level, the objective is pretty easy. Get 250 guests in the park by the end of October of the first year. Pretty simple. And if you don't meet the objective, nothing happens. I've never really seen the punishment in it. Really, it's more of a challenge thing. I've just always liked making terrible parks, so the objectives never mattered to me. So once you got your land all laid out and cleared out to make your park, you can start choosing your rides. Of course, being RollerCoaster Tycoon, there are roller coasters, but they're not all there at first. Through the game, as the years go by, more and more stuff will come out. As you can see here, the only roller coaster we have is the kiddie ride and the wood coasters. You plop down whichever coaster you want, and you get to name it, change the color, you get to customize it, or you can even add on to it and make it a total beast of a coaster. You can customize them from scratch as well, and let your imagination run free. But for me, I was never good at that stuff, so I just plopped down a coaster, painted it, named it something stupid, and charged $2 for it. Like, it was that easy. With the expansion pack, you could also choose the music to go along with the ride. But you gotta be careful because too much music will make it really noisy in the park and your customers will complain. Which, that's all they do really anyways, is they complain, they complain, they complain. And as time goes on in the game, as you can see in the corner, it gets a little bit harder to manage because your customers are always complaining and you need to satisfy them. You need to keep your park clean, safe, and happy, happy, happy. Or else you can make a pit and anybody who complains, that's where they go. So to keep your park in tip-top shape, you gotta hire mechanics, handymen, security guards, and if you want, you can hire entertainers. That way they can bring either discomfort or joy through the whole park. Aside from the roller coasters, there's also the little stuff, because not all the customers want to ride the roller coasters. It's too intense for them, as they say. So you've got kiddie rides, water rides, gentle rides, or you can build a monorail through the park. You also gotta worry about feeding your customers. Throughout the park, you might want to spread out a couple of food stalls, drink stalls, and bathroom stalls through the whole park, because if not, they will get cranky real quick and go home. Like I said, just build a pit, put them in there, and they ain't going nowhere. Besides worrying about the customers, you also have to worry about the rides themselves. Every now and again they might break down. Even the slides, which is... I can't explain that. Slide has broken down. How does the fucking slide break down? Circus show. How does the circus break down? Did the fucking elephant sit on somebody? That better be the excuse. Which is why it's good to hire a bunch of mechanics, especially if you got a lot of rides in your park. You'll want to hire them to get in there and fix the rides as quick as possible and get out. Because sometimes the breakdown might result in a little collision. To be fair, that clip that I just showed was my fault. It wasn't really a collision, it was from a ride that I built purposely to kill people. As you can see, I'm struggling to get people to go on the ride. They saw that thing blow up and they're like, I'm gonna make that ride a hard pass, but thank you. So after all that hard work, your park is finally all together and it looks pretty great. Your customers are somewhat happy, you've received many awards, and you've run out of new rides/attractions, or there's no more room in the park. So now you just sit back and watch over your creation, occasionally changing the rides every now and then, or you can start over again with a different area. Like the Atlantic. Cause riding coasters in freezing weather is the cool thing to do. Now I hope you enjoyed the ride, cause I sure did. Revisiting this gem is always a great time for me. I just love hearing the park come to life, and the sounds used in the game gives it a calming ambiance. Except when this happens. This has been another Space Robot Review. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye!
Don't you look away. Just try to stay as long as you can. Yeah. Just hold my hand and we'll make